Hey, look at my wrists on aqua. Got her singing like the opera. Got her calling out the Allah. I might go fuck some comments. 18 now, I might fuck on your mama. Keep talking shit, turn you pussies to bust some very guapo. Might fuck on no model. Just hit the lotto.
What is going on, guys? Back on another YouTube video. Sorry I haven't been here in a fucking minute. I have honestly been taking a lot of time to figure out what I want to do with my life, because being 21 playing a fucking video game is not where I wanted to see myself. No disrespect to any of you, but yeah, I'm looking into career options and shit like that. It's a black screen. Oh yeah, it's because the browser is sorry. But so yeah, I'm new to this. This is going to be a rough one. This is the first attempt at recording a video via OBS, and I'm still not completely familiar. I practiced a little bit last night with a friend of mine on Discord. Some of you caught that test stream. But yeah, so I'm going to go live on YouTube as well, just so people can see. Live on Twitch. But so yeah, I've been really just taking some time off, like it's just weird shit too, like small stuff that I've been wanting to change for a long time, like my fucking figure, my skin color. Here's the thing, I'm actually fucking, like, I have that Islander melanin, but I don't take advantage of it. Like, I can get fucking dark, but I just never take the time to actually sit out in the sun and fucking prove it. But I really can. Okay, but we are live on Twitch though, right? Should be. Okay, wait. I don't mind taking my time. If this is ghetto seeming, that's fine with me, as long as I keep up with the chat. Also, I have sound effects. I just get red Native American, bro. Yeah. See, like I'm Hawaiian and Marshallese. Marshallese gets like black almost. Victor's just playing Doom right now. All right. But okay, so here's my matchup chart. At the very top, I have, and I wanted to do it live in case anyone has input while I'm doing it. I'm still here, jeez. But so the very top is like his holy shit bad matchups. I'm only thinking of 2 people in here, honestly. The rest are like in these 2. Most of them are going to be in these 2. Like, before you guys think I'm super biased because the way it's laid out, where I only have 1 fucking tier where we actually win. It's just because it's not a lot of people that I feel like Shao Kahn beats outright, just flat out with tools. I feel like there's definitely bad matchups. Like the bad is like, that's fucking, it's pretty bad. Like that's like the pretty bad. A little tough means it kind of leans out of Shao Kahn's favor a little, but not like, I don't think it's overwhelming. Like a little tough I think is still fair. Like I don't think these are unfair matchups. I think a little tough just means yeah, actually let me adjust this. I just think with this category you just gotta work a little. To put it, you know, better. I just think you gotta work a little more if you're in, like, if you're fighting characters in this one. But okay, I'm just gonna try and go straight across, see if I can place them. Baraka, I think is pretty even. I think it's pretty even because Shao Kahn's one of the few characters that can, well, Baraka has like a lot of gaps and stuff like that, or, you know, like, just the main thing is that they both hit like a truck. And I don't think Baraka has any tools that outright beat Shao Kahn. But it may be a little tough. I might have put him above originally because, with that said, the one weakness Baraka has is getting out-zoned. Like getting zoned out. But Shao Kahn cannot zone him out. And with that, like, Baraka becomes a whole new character when you're unable to keep him out. Like, he's just a whole new fucking animal for a lot of characters that can't zone him out. But, I mean, Spine Burst keeps him at bay pretty well. I mean, keeps Shao Kahn at bay pretty well. But I feel like on a good read, you do heavy damage as Shao Kahn. And that's kind of like the whole deal, is you can only YOLO so much against Shao Kahn as Baraka. So I think it's a pretty even matchup in that aspect. Cassie Cage. That's definitely bad. I don't think it's the worst, but it's pretty fucking bad. And it's mainly because of kneecapping. And yes, Shao Kahn can punish it. But it's hard to go over the regular gunshot, and the low really prevents you from catching her with a shoulder charge because it comes out really quickly, and on top of that it goes under the spear from anywhere closer than like the absolute full screen. Outside of absolute full screen, the character pretty much keeps Shao Kahn out like stupidly easy, and it's pretty bad. In terms of up close, I think Cassie Cage has better buttons, obviously, better frame data. You also can't down for Cassie for space that much. Precisely, like, because Cassie has a lot of charge, like, kind of advancing moves that can check Shao Kahn backing up after blocking the down 4. Which is actually huge. That's a huge part of Shao Kahn's game plan, is staying just outside a sweep and making you whiff. But Cassie's really hard to make whiff. She has a lot of buttons that send her forward and can really clip you with Shao Kahn, and that's just not... It's not a good matchup. Simple as that. Cetrion, that is top 2 worst. Actually, I'm just gonna put them there now. Now, you know what? Yeah, we'll go one by one. Cetrion is, I think, his absolute worst, if not, like, it's his second worst matchup, if not the worst. Tornado just kills everybody, flat out, but on top of that, Rockwall is faster than almost any button Shao Kahn has to check her with, outside of sweep. Like, I can't shoulder charge, I can't back 2 will whiff. Back 3 will get interrupted. Shoulder will get interrupted. Back 4, the sweep will be whiff. She has a lot of... She also, like I said with Cassie, has like a really good advancing mid that can catch Shao Kahn after he's backing up for like after a down 4. And you know, the general teleport and spacing game. She catches you on a hammer lunge with the up boulder that's fucking 320, even though you didn't really jump. I don't think hammer lunge should count as a jump for the KB. I think that's dumb, because the fucking thing doesn't even go over like half the high projectile, so I'm kind of like, why does it even count? Big Coos, good to see you, buddy. I mean, I could talk all day about Cetrion nerf ideas, as well as probably 80% of the people that play this game, maybe more. But yeah, this is like, I think it's one of his worst, just because her frame data is better. She has the same kind of range as you do, not on her pokes, but on her straight. She can check you trying to outspace her. Up close, obviously her up 2 is meh, but I mean, how often are you up close against Cetrion? Run. One hit confirm. Thanks for the sub. Cool, appreciate it, buddy. But one hit confirm and you're back at full screen against fucking Cetrion. And a Shao Kahn that's not good. And people are like, Shao Kahn's movement's amazing though, what do you mean? And it's like, yeah, his movement's fucking pretty good. I think it's on the higher end, but it's also like, but I mean, we see that with fucking Rain, and Rain's not like top 5. You know what I mean? Rain has like the best movement in the game, and he's fucking on the bottom. So is Molina. Molina's like, Molina has a fucking solid movement too, but she don't fucking move that good. No face cam? No face cam. Not right now. I'm not concerned about no face cam. But yeah, Cetrion, and Cetrion's movement is not bad either. Her backdash is really not bad. So like, it all just stacks. Every little, she takes like a solid edge over Shao Kahn on literally everything but damage. But most characters don't. And so what makes this a really bad matchup is the simple fact that Shao Kahn can't play his game at all against Cetrion. He completely has to play her game, and her game is one of the hardest to play if you're not fucking her or Cabal. So, yeah. Top 2 worst matchups all time. Bonerific, nice. Devorah. Devorah's pretty, Mountain Dew has me thinking she's here, but in all honesty, I think she's... Nah, you know what? I'm gonna say... this is a hard one. I'm gonna say here, because it's even in the sense that Devorah beats out Shao Kahn in range as well as spacing. Like, Devorah can keep me out and is even like slightly better up close in terms of specials and the flawless block mind game. She has a lot easier time than I do. But at the same time, Shao Kahn is one of the few characters that can keep Devorah out of the air and hits her like a truck when he does. Like, when he does get her out of the air, Shao Kahn can absolutely take a good 40% of her health. Like, if you really catch a Devorah slipping out there, you can really fuck him up. So I think it's pretty even. I think pokes-wise, Shao Kahn's down 4 beats Devorah's pokes. That mid string she has, where it looks like an overhead almost, that string is the only thing that kind of gets me as Shao Kahn. But I mean, if you really just remember that she can do that, you can just start flawless blocking that shit. It's not that fast. Sorry. But sorry, I think I have to spit soon. But Devorah, yeah, I think it's pretty even because Devorah's not, I mean, like, she's not a problem as Shao Kahn. I think Mountain Dew is my problem when I play her. It's because he YOLOs her like a fucking maniac. But again, if you watch my guides on Shao Kahn, flawless blocking is really not an issue because Shao Kahn's one of the few characters that can check you flawless blocking and make you eat half your health for it if I read it really well. So yeah, I think it's pretty even because I think generally Devorah can chip away better, but Shao Kahn has an easier time hitting Devorah, and again, as Devorah, your recovery is not the best, and you do rely on a lot of unsafe, like, she's just really, like, it's a lot of big recovery things. Oops. What just happened? Go back. Go back. Oh no! Wait. No! I gotta redo it! Fuck! Gotta retype all this whole thing. But yeah, Devorah. Oh shit, that sucks. That fucking hurts. What do you guys see? Is it this? Yep. Also, I do have sound effects. Those of you that are coming from YouTube, switch over to here. YouTube's cool, but switch over to here. Okay. Now I gotta redo this shit again. Bruh, you gotta be fucking... You have to add fucking in there because it's like so bad, it's like not even funny. It's like good fucking luck. Like good luck sounds genuine. It's not just you need a good fucking luck because this shit is gonna be rough. Okay, there's that. Oh god, I'm not even gonna restart the video. That was already kind of got pretty in depth. Okay, through most of it. I might change the title of this one. Not bad, not good. Yep, perfect. And then D. Has the edge. The hard thing too is that because nobody really plays as Shao Kahn, another issue I find myself running into is that a lot of people think Shao Kahn wins a matchup, but I'm also like, okay, but how much of the matchup do you know? Like, are you really actually aware of the matchup, or are you kind of just going with what you've heard about, 4-3-4, sweeps, not that minus, like not super minus. People are like, yeah, isn't it sweep plus? I still get that now. It's been 2 years. The sweep frame data has not changed at all, and people are like, isn't the sweep plus? I'm like, no, it's not plus. What the fuck? Why would we flawless block if it was plus? It's a dumb question. Aaron Black, I think that's another bad one. Aaron Black's fucking... Well, I mean, you can definitely flawless block him pretty well. But you can't play the down 4 game unless you space it really well. But if you do get him, yeah. But, I mean, a good Aaron... It's mainly the acid pour. He can sit there and constantly chip away at you and then end his shit with safety. And his punch string, again, you can't flawless block up to it, which is huge because... If you can up to something that they rely on, like, I can flawless block the back too, but if you're up close as Aaron, I can't up to you doing the punch string. And in fact, if I try to up to, which is second nature for a lot of Shao Kahn players at the higher level, if you try to up to it, Aaron gets a free crushing blow that you can't break out of because you just spent meter attempting the up to. So, Aaron's pokes are better than Shao Kahn's up close. He also low profile Shao Kahn pretty well in the air. His down 2 keeps Shao Kahn out of the air pretty well compared to what I've seen in a lot of the other characters. I think it's mainly just outspacing for Aaron. I think it's pretty bad. And then it's mainly just acid pour though that puts Aaron in this tier. If he didn't have acid pour, if it was what it used to be, he'd be here. But I'm leaving him here because just acid pour and acid itself, just the combination is fucking deadly. And then he has a command grab too. And yeah, Shao Kahn can make him fucking die for it, but I mean, if you don't go for the command grab and you just do the string that has a gap for that advancing kick Aaron had, I think it's forward 3. But if you get hit by that, then you're back to full screen, and this is where Aaron does a lot better against Shao Kahn than some of the rest of the cast. Frost. I think Frost is slightly tough just because her down 4 can outspace mine. I can definitely whiff punish it, but like if I read it, but I have to make it miss. And okay, what the fuck? Is this what I'm doing wrong? Okay, that's why. This mouse has a fucking oh shit. It's because this mouse has a fucking like another, there's like a forward and back. This isn't my mouse, so I'm not used to it. I gotta do this all over again. But so Frost, her setups are also a lot deadlier than people think. I think it's something that's very underlooked. But go watch Deadliest Rebel or Reason L from my clan, and they fucking play like absolute monsters with the character. And it shows because like her setups are honestly even worse. I'd say hers are worse than Devorah's, because Devorah's, if you down 2 Devorah, you can usually get out of the danger by the time she's able to recover. But Frost, it freezes you, so it's like fuck. You're kind of stuck there for like a good 3-4 seconds, which is what makes it kind of difficult. Yeah, oof indeed. That was not funny. Okay, but now that I figured out the problem, I know how we can avoid it. I was wondering, I was like, I didn't even click the back arrow. How the fuck did we get back? Bad. Yeah, definitely difficult. Toppig. Tuch. Make a lot of typos. Shitty. Okay. Alright, thank you guys for sticking in though. 2 of you already left. You guys suck. Okay, now I gotta put him back once again. Cassie was here, Devorah was here, Aaron was here. Frost, I think I put here. Yeah, it's definitely not in Shao Kahn's favor, but I do think that Frost beats him out just because of the zoning capabilities as well. On top of that little shield she puts up, it's not the best projectile parry or whatever. That little shield that kind of moves across the screen that can eat one projectile and one projectile only. I think that makes her lose to people like Cassie that have like a double hitting like her gunshot. But against Shao Kahn, it's really effective because the only thing that'll go through it is Seeking Wrath Hammer, but I'm not going to equip that move thinking you're going to rely on that shield. So she kind of takes the edge. She can keep Shao Kahn out very well, and he has to do a lot of unsafe and really like a lot of Shao Kahn's far-reaching stuff. Like people are like, oh, Shao Kahn has good range. I'm like, yeah, he has range, but like it's everything he has that goes forward is like unsafe as shit. Like it's not it's not good. It's not good moves. It's like back 3, forward 2, and shoulder. That's like the main 3. Or hammer lunge. But hammer lunge is really it's anti-airable. People just don't attempt. You can also flawless block it. Also with Frost, another big issue is that her poke is one of the few like Shao Kahn can't jump against Frost at all because her down 3 completely shuts any sort of air game that you have with Shao Kahn. And one of the biggest tools of Shao Kahn is his jump-ins, but you can't do that against Frost. So it's like, you tried, now you die. Can't keep jumping. Fujin, I think that's pretty bad. This one's kind of tough. I haven't fought too many good Fujins, and when I do, they're kind of nuts. But I don't know if that's just because Fujin's really good, or if it's because it's not a winning matchup. I'm gonna put Fujin at bad. No, I'll put him slightly tough. It's probably pretty bad, but so far from what I've seen, it's not. Like, it doesn't feel like he can abuse certain tools other than just constantly controlling the whole screen. But if you block a Shao Kahn, you can... If you just lab Fujin a bit, that's another thing I haven't done, that's why I haven't really labbed Fujin. But if you lab Fujin, that's why, like, I've just discovered things on the fly while I'm fighting Fujin, but... On a good read, you can open him up. Like, Fujin controls the screen, but in exchange, like, if you make him miss any of those, like, far-reaching things... You can actually catch him pretty well, but his back two, I think it is, that wind pull, that's the only thing that really keeps Shao Kahn like at bay consistently, because you know, you duck the projectile shoulder punish, you make him whiff the little slide that he does, you get a jump into because Shao Kahn's jump to has a really good hitbox. Fujin's eating a shitload of damage because if you get a jump to and you read it, then you can get a stand 4 as a combo starter. Like on top of the jump too, and then it's just a lot of fucking damage that your opponent's about to take. So I definitely think Shao Kahn can. You definitely force the Fujin player to maximize their playstyle in order to beat you, but still. Geras. It depends, because I think a lot of people use the damage one. The damage Geras, like where you're trying to just go for heavy hitting, I think it's pretty over here because he can't check Shao Kahn in terms of spacing. Like, Shao Kahn actually can keep Geras out pretty well. A lot of Geras' buttons are either unsafe or they whiff entirely if Shao Kahn's just outside of sweep range. But if you do zone Shao Kahn out, like, honestly, I feel I'm going to put him here just because a lot of Geras are playing that version. But if you play, like, Gur's version, the zoning one, it becomes this. So, you know what? I might just stay in the middle then and put him there. Because if he's trying to play the up-close damage game, like that Brawler Geras, he can definitely be... It's here. That Geras hits like a truck, yes, but that's actually the one time Shao Kahn can actually do pretty well against Geras. But once you start doing that, like, teleport, the clone stuff, once you start getting the clone zoning and stuff like that and keeping Shao Kahn out with a teleport and all that crap, Geras suddenly becomes a bad matchup. So I'm going to put him here. Jackie. A lot of people are not gonna like this placement, but I actually think Jackie's pretty even for Shao. I do think Jackie's busted, but the one time, oh yeah, no, he's not top 10 anymore for sure. I'm putting Jackie here because, again, this goes back to the spacing thing, and on top of that, Shao Kahn's, like, another one of his strong points is keeping people out of the air, and that is no different with upgraded. You can honestly, every Jackie player kind of has the same patterns with how they do in the air, honestly. I'm sorry, but even down to like Slayer and Jukes, like when I watch them fight, even Hijinks, like I've watched them play and you can see their patterns in the air. You just gotta know the answers for that. So you gotta know when to flawless block, when to down 2. I think Shao Kahn can keep her out of the air pretty well, and then everything else on the ground. The only thing that might put Jackie here is the DOT projectile, because you can kind of just keep spamming that. But as Shao Kahn, I mean, that spear does 8% every time it hits. Like, Shao Kahn's spear does more damage than I think most projectiles. So because of that, I mean, if she wants to do that all day, you can keep hitting her with a spear, because she is 950, you have 1100. So, I mean, they got to be careful with that zoning game. But so because of that, I'm going to leave her here. Most Jackies aren't doing that. They're trying to do the upgraded... the ghetto cancels, and that's another thing. The ghetto cancels, like, if you make a hard read and open her up, Shao Kahn fucking hits her like a truck. You know what I mean? Like, that's the big thing with characters that do big combo damage, is that what makes them pretty viable, like I think in Shao Kahn's case, his damage is what makes him viable. If Shao Kahn did like Cetrion damage in terms of combos, he'd be unusable, completely unusable. But what makes this, I think, a pretty even matchup to me is because, again, when I finally do catch Jackie, I do a lot of fucking damage, and she has 50 less health than the rest of the cast, or than the average character's health. Jade, these are the only two that I'm putting out here in worst. Can we stop putting Chronica in this fucking list? I'm so sick of seeing this dumb bald bitch. I am so fucking sick of it. I don't know why she's always in every tier list like she's a playable character. It's like people just have to add her, and I'm like, why? Maybe it's just part of the, I don't know, I don't make tier lists or tier makers, so maybe you have to put her. But Jade, absolute fucking pain in the ass to deal with from afar, and even up close. Back 2 really catches Shao if you're trying to down 4. Yes, you can make a hard read on it, but a good Jade will keep you at bay and do shit like instant air glaives, you know what I mean, stuff like that to keep, like, Jade's plus frames are legit. Shao Kahn can hit her pretty well. He deals with pole vault pretty decently because the scum grab, but not a lot of Shaos are using scum grab because we need the armor break, and because of that, because most Shaos aren't rocking scum grab, like, it's just not optimal to rock scum grab, and you're not, because even against Jade you're still going to want the armor breaker. I'd say it's one of his worst because zoning, she completely shuts him down, and in the air the glaive usually prevents Shao Kahn. You have to make a hard read, like you have to start doing the move as she's jumping to hit her out of it before she does the air glaive. Most Jades are doing it at maximum height because I think even from up there it's still plus. But if they're doing it like really quickly, you're pretty much fucked. If they're doing it off a jump kick, you're pretty much fucked. You can definitely anti-air Jade, but because of the fear of the air glaive when she's at maximum height, you're not going to be using stand 1 and stuff like that to anti-air her. And again, yes, scum grab can get her out of the air, but a lot of Shaos aren't going to use scum grab because it's his shittiest armor break. So like, there's no point. Jax, I think that's pretty even, I'd say, because, I mean, you can definitely zone out Shao Kahn as Jax, but not for too long. I mean, I can definitely make my way in, and Jax has a lot of advancing moves, but if I make the right read on those little run-up shits, like where it's either a mid or that high, if he amplifies it, it's like a throw. If I make the read on any of those, you're fucked. If I duck the amp, that's a down 2 KB. If I block the mid, that's a reversal throw KB. For those reasons alone, like, just Jax has to be careful doing the shit that he does. Imagine playing Shao Kahn. Yeah, it's good to see you though, Nick Ops. Yeah, Jax, he can't really and like, this kind of goes to the spacing thing again. Like, he has to do that advancing stuff where if I make the correct guess, he eats more damage than he does to me, like a lot more. And because of that, he has to play that up close game really well. Like, he has to get in on me, and when he does, I can make him whiff, because the only thing is that that jumping, that like kind of like where he like kind of leaps forward a little bit and does a mid. He can definitely do that shit, but I can flawless block it. I mean, I guess that's a little tough. Jax definitely also has a better grab and stuff like that, but I just feel like Jax's options get punished a lot harder. Like, it's just, they get punished so hard that the amount of options he has doesn't, I mean, it kind of doesn't put him like at an edge, because if I guess correctly on any of the options he has, he gets hit like a truck. Johnny Cage, I think that's in the slightly tough, just because Johnny can outzone Shao Kahn very easily. You can definitely get a spear on him though and work your way in, so that's one thing. Down 4 though, they're pretty even, so you can't do that down 4 backup game. And even if you do outspace the down 4, he can do forward 3, and you can flawless block forward 3, yes, but that's a lot more work on your end than it is for the Johnny player. So again, that's why he's in the gotta work a little category. I'm sorry, I'm speeding it up because it's time's kind of flying right now, and I have work soon. Joker, pretty even. Honestly, a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this one too, but Joker, again, I can outspace him, and similar to Devorah. But here's the thing. Joker has the same problem as Devorah against Shao Kahn, but not the range to make up for it. So like, Devorah can check me with the range, like I can't really back up, but Joker can't. I can make Joker whiff quite a bit as Shao Kahn. His movement's not that good, And I can also consistently punish the gloves on block if I'm using shoulder. I like to use spear, but against Joker, it's literally like a matchup dependent move. For Joker, I use the shoulder just so I can punish the gloves launcher consistently. Up close, Joker's pokes. Yeah, his down 4 is not bad, but if I make him whiff that thing, that's a free combo. His down 4 has a shitload of recovery, and it's really easy to see when it whiffs as well. Like, it's really animated. Like, you can really, there's like a really big visual cue on when you can punish him. On top of that, Joker's only advancing shit is high. So again, you know, down 2 city. And if you eat a down 2 KB from Shao Kahn, that's half your health. Yeah, so Joker, I mean, yeah, Joker's solid, don't get me wrong, but he's not even that deadly anymore. After Customs released, a lot of like Gearus, Joker, I'd say on the tier list, like Aaron, they all kind of went down a lot, and characters like Fujin and Cabal like really fucking shot up there. But alright, speaking of which, Cabal, I'm gonna put him in bad just because it's really just the air projectile, and it's not even, I mean, yeah, because he can't zone out Shao Kahn. The spear and the buzzsaw have like the same recovery pretty much. I think I have slightly better recovery. On a hard read, yes, you can do the nomad dash in and go under the spear even, but I mean, are you really going to try to do something that unsafe against Shao Kahn? Like, realistically, are you? I know a lot of Cabals like to do that because they play against Cetrions and Jades that can't do a lot of combo damage, but Shao Kahn makes you eat 36% minimum for a bar. So it's kind of like, I mean, if you want to play that unsafe, then the matchup becomes easier. But if you just kind of stay, you know, doing slight gas or whatever, the one where he has the DOT, and you kind of just sit in the air and throw those, you can really lame out Shao Kahn. That's why I put it as a bad matchup. Kano, pretty even. Kano can zone him out. Biomagnetic pull can be punished consistently by shoulder and back 3 even. That move's pretty horrific on block. I can flawless block really easily against Kano, and it's consistent as well. I can also punish Snake Bite pretty well as Shao Kahn. And in the corner, yes, but like again as Shao Kahn, if it's a deal, like if Kano gets me in the corner, yes, but if I get him in the corner, it's like the same story, because then if he tries to do the acid move, I can punish that, and then he eats a lot of damage once again. Like, if your character, like, kind of, like, I feel like a lot of these characters, so I rely on not being hit for a lot of damage when they do get caught doing their bullshit, but Shao Kahn can check you pretty well if you're Kano. Kitana, slightly tough, and I'm saying that because this bitch is impossible to anti-air. I absolutely hate fighting Kitana. Kitana is the only character in the game where I feel like I can't do anything once she jumps. Her jump 2 is just as busted as Shao Kahn's, except she has another move that she can do on block, meaning she can do the move in the air, whiff it entirely, and then do that little float, and then drop down and do a plus jump 2 that you can't do shit about. You can flawless block it, you can down 2 in between, yes, but I've had the down 2 whiff a lot if they just space it right. If they do the float at maximum height, that down 2 fucking whiffs, and it absolutely stings. I also think Shao Kahn she also outzones him pretty well with low fan and the high fan being pretty quick. And you can't hammer lunge over the regular fan. That's another big one. Like, ever, you can't ever go over the high fan. Her armor break is really good. Kitana's a really solid character, but her fan base just fucking sucks. That's honestly the biggest thing with this character. Like, the people that play this character are absolute dog shit a lot of the time, so they think the character sucks, but she's really, like, actually solid. She's solid as fuck. Collector, I think Shao Kahn actually has an edge against, just because he can't zone him out pretty, like, that well, because on a hard read, I'm in your face and possibly making you eat 40%. Collector, Shao Kahn, and I think this goes to like Joker and Devorah territory again, where he has good range, yes, but if you whiff, holy shit, are you about to fucking, you're about to eat a combo. It's a combo every time. Collector's command grab, again, not bad. It's actually a really good command grab, but if I read it, that's a jump 2 into stand 4 starter that you're going to eat, which is 38% minimum. Kodal, that's actually a bad matchup. Just a lot of Kodals don't play it correctly. Kodal Khan can literally lame out Shao Kahn really easily, and he also has the better forward 2. He's better up close. He has a mid command grab that gives a damage buff. He has the better armor breakers. Shao Kahn's armor breakers are nice, yes, but Kodo's makes you eat 33%. That's a different story. Shao Kahn has more health now, but that doesn't help much when Kodo has a healing DOT. Kodo's a really fucking stupid character, but I don't try to ignore it, like deny that. Kodo's fucking stupid. Kung Lao. I think this is also a really bad matchup for the simple fact that Kung Lao plays this game at 3 times the speed of everybody else. And I think he's a really underrated character, and people talk about, he can't get in on zoners, It's like, just dive kick, you cunt. Like, you guys don't do that for movement already. You fucking Lao players are the absolute worst. I can't stand you pricks. Lao players are literally like the Karens of the MK community. Like, if the MK community was white people, Laos are the Karens. Lao mains are Karens. You could give them the fucking world and a half and then still be bitching. Like, he's not that good. My down 3 recovers in -5 frames, but he still needs buffs. Like, fucking idiots. I can't stand Lao players. You guys are the worst. But yeah, it's bad. Lao's startup is 2 frames. On everything Lao does, the startup is 2 frames. That's the biggest issue. Am I exaggerating? Yes. So please don't go down in the comments, nothing starts up in 2 frames, you fucking moron. Like, no shit. I know that, but the Kung Lao moves a lot faster. He controls spacing pretty well, honestly. Yeah, you can make him whiff a Shao Kahn, but good fucking luck, because his advancing moves actually do catch Shao Kahn after blocking a down 4, if he goes right into it. He has one of the best staggers in the fucking game, a really stupid short hop. This is online, by the way. Make sure you read. I know a lot of you don't. I know a lot of you can't. But yes, online. So you offline tier whores, leave me alone. But yeah, Lao, busted. Liu Kang. This is actually, I'm gonna put this in the pretty even, because Liu Kang, if you're not being a dumb bitch using the fucking nunchuck mix all fucking day, it's a pretty even matchup. There's only one Liu Kang player I know that just spams the nunchuck mix, and that's why he stays in Combat League and I never see him in tourneys. Did I just throw shade at him? Yes, but it's because I hate fighting him. He is an absolute douche and a waste of time. Liu Kang, yeah, I mean, Liu Kang's not bad in the slightest, but again, a lot of Liu Kang's options, if you just stay patient, I can punish it really, really, really well. You know, high fireball, you do it from mid-screen, eat that shoulder. Low fireball, I jump over that shit. Now you're eating a jump 2 in the stand 4. There's just a lot of, I feel like Liu Kang players have to play optimally in order to not get their shit rocked by Shao Kahn. And again, he doesn't have any advancing things other than fucking fly kick, which is weird to punish for some reason as Shao Kahn, but I actually punish it consistently with stand 4, which is bad news for you as a Liu Kang player, because that means that if I punish with stand 4, that's the most damaging combo starter I have. Molina, I think that's slightly tough, just because Molina can outzone the fuck out of Shao Kahn, and she can play against him pretty safely. Her movement's not bad. Her range is not complete dog shit, and because of that, I think she just slightly edges him out, because she can kind of really keep, she just keeps him out a little better. And ball roll makes, you know, if I want to whiff anything from like half screen, you can punish me as Molina pretty well. Nightwolf, I'm gonna put that in slightly tough as well, just because at full screen Nightwolf has the reflection and the arrows. The arrows are really good, and Nightwolf, that little move where he like barrel rolls on the ground into the launcher if he chooses to amplify it, it's not super solid against probably a lot of the cast, but it goes under like all of Shao Kahn's projectiles except regular Wrath Hammer. But I'm not rocking regular Wrath Hammer most of the time. That's why Shao Kahn players are rocking Annihilation, Dark Priest for the KB, and Annihilation to close the gap, and it's a good ender, and then Skewered for armor breaking. You know, if I'm feeling spicy, I'll do Dark Priest, Annihilation, and Ground Shatter, but I'm not going to be doing Wrath Hammer too often. I'll do Wrath Hammer against characters like Baraka and Jax and maybe Devorah, so that way they can't consistently just kind of, you know, punish me for sorry, I just got a text from my parents. What was I saying? Yeah, so I'll use Wrathhammer for, you know, playing keep away. Like against characters like Noob, maybe Rambo, Sonia, characters like that. Characters that can't teleport, basically. But Nightwolf actually can. Noob Cybot, bad for the simple fact of fucking slide and forward 2. Slide and forward 2 are the ones that push this over. If forward 2 didn't have the range, like if it couldn't check, I'm not saying it shouldn't, I'm just saying if it didn't. If his forward 2 didn't check Shao Kahn after a block down 4, and he couldn't do this, like if the slide had more options to counterplay, it would actually be pretty even. But the slide makes it like I have to come to you and you can zone me out a lot better. And then on top of the forward 2, like now I can't outspace you even when I work my way in. On top of that, up close, Noob Cybot doesn't really have gaps. You have to flawless block the first hit of a lot of his shit if you want to, and that's a hard read in itself. And on top of that, Noob Cybot also hits like a fucking truck, especially in the corner. Raiden, you can really lame out Shao Kahn as Raiden. That's the main reason he's here. If you play like a normal person, which most Raiden players don't, it's actually not too bad. Maybe here, just because he has better range with the staff, and the teleport obviously still really gives Shao Kahn a hard time. But if you really just back up, throw fucking lightning bolts and teleport, you can literally just do that all day as Raiden. You can jump in the air and you know, lightning fly if you don't have the meter to teleport far away. You can just really lame it out as Raiden. That's the main issue. And up close, again, you have the same kind of gimmicks I do with down 1 storm cell and shit like that. You have the same pseudo mix as I do with the your mid string, except Raiden's mid string is not as punishable. There's no gaps, and the mix is it loops you a lot better, I'd say. And you also, well, because storm cell in itself is a pretty good fucking launcher if it hits a grounded opponent, more so than shoulder charge. Rain, I think this is slightly tough just because Rain can really keep him out at full screen with the mid thing. You can jump over to Shao Kahn, but with Rain's movement and anti-air move as well, it's kind of not a good idea to hammer lunge constantly against Rain. And hammer lunge doesn't do much damage, and yes, it gets you in, but not all the way in. Rain, slightly tough. Rambo's slightly tough just because, again, the zoning at full screen, Rambo's a fucking problem. And same goes for Robocop. Both of these characters, all 3 of these characters just keep Shao Kahn out really, really fucking well. And it's really irritating to fight any of these 3 characters if they're playing like that. Rain players that want to play up close, they get their shit rocked, which is why he's in the slightly tough and not the bad. I'm actually going to put Robocop in bad, because even up close, Robocop has a fucking mid command grab that's instant and launches you back to full screen when he's done. Rambo, the only reason I don't put him higher is because up close I absolutely have the edge, but I have work today.
Yeah, okay.
But so Rambo, can you get the door? Sorry. How considerate. Rambo, yeah, I would put him higher, honestly, but Rambo doesn't do much damage combo-wise, and once I do get in, Rambo's fucked. So it's kind of like, you know what, actually, I'm gonna put it pretty even. Yeah, that looks better. Scorpion. Okay, yeah, that's fine, just close the door. Scorpion absolutely kicks the shit out of Shao Kahn for the same reason Raiden does. You could just be a lame-ass bitch. And I'm sorry, but a lot of you Scorpion players are. A lot of you are autopilot. You just do the same old fucking strings and mix in an overhead here and there. That's all you guys do. Every Scorpion player plays the same. And people are like, well, if they all play the same, then why don't you? And I'm like, because the tools are that good. Scorpion, I think, is one of the more underrated characters in the game. I'm not with Viz, Armani Viz thinks Scorpion's like top 5. I'm not that fucking batshit crazy, but I think he's up there. I think he's like if this was a tier list, Scorpion's in this tier. To me. I don't care what you think. You can sit down in the comments, all you Scorpion mains. Are you kidding me? He has so many counter packs. No, he doesn't. No, he fucking doesn't. Will a teleport cancel? Get the fuck out of here. Scorpion, man, he's just a really unga bunga character, and it's annoying. Shang Tsung. Okay, I'm looking at the rest of this. This should be it for the bad and above. So Shang Tsung's the last one to go in these upper 2. Shang Tsung is really, really strong against Shao Kahn, but he can't hit as hard as Shao Kahn does. That's the one thing that keeps him from being the worst. But like ground sparks, whatever, ground eruption? Yeah, ground eruption. Yeah, if you flawless block it, but if you don't and you do the shoulder anyway, like that's a full fucking combo you're about to eat. Because if you don't flawless block it and try to shoulder charge, and there's no way to hit, like confirm the flawless block online and then do the shoulder, you gotta just assume you hit the flawless block and then do the shoulder. And if you don't get the flawless block, you eat a full combo, which is not fun ever. Shao Kahn, that's a losing matchup. It's his worst matchup ever. Are you kidding me? Obviously pretty even. Shiva, I'm gonna put her in slightly tough because she does have ways to check him, but I think actually no, yeah, Shiva's pretty bad too. My mistake. Dragon Stance is the main reason. Before you guys start with how bad Dragon Stance is, Dragon Stance, yes, it's bad up close, and I can hit her like a truck. But if you're smart as a Shiva player, which a lot of you aren't, you do it at full screen because I can't do shit about it at all. I can throw a spear, yes, but if you open me up before the spear starts and it has some of the worst startup in the game, if you hit me, that's 20% or 18, whatever, that I'm gonna eat off a fucking projectile. So no, I don't think it's fair. I think, yeah, and exactly. So like Victor said, Dragon Stance is only good at certain matchups now. Correct. Shao Kahn's one of those matchups. Shao Kahn is absolutely one of those matchups. That's why Shiva's up there. And then even then, like, that little fucking advancing shit with her shield, that shit keeps Shao Kahn in check. Yeah, you can whiff punish Shiva, but I feel like a lot of Shiva players are dog shit at this game. They just do strings from fucking half screen. They just start like those short, stubby jab strings from fucking half screen because they're stupid. You know? Playing against Shiva, like, half the time, I'm just sitting there like...
Are you a fucking retard or what? Are you a fucking retard?
That's how I feel, like fighting Shiva most of the time. Sindel, I'd say pretty even. No, never mind. That's a little tough. Scarlett. Sorry, I'm rushing now. But so Sindel and Scarlett, I think they both keep Shao Kahn out pretty well. Sindel, actually, no, I'm gonna be pretty even because up close Sindel's fucked. That forward 4 is pretty busted, so it's back 2. But yes, I can consistently punish it. So, brah. Scarlett keeps him up pretty well, but Scarlett doesn't hit like he does. Oh, scratch that. She can, but Shao Kahn has the same issue the Joker, Devorah, Collector all have, is that yes, she has really good range, but if I make her whiff, she's dead. That's what keeps Scarlett from being any higher. Sonia, I'm gonna put in has an edge just because I used to think Sonia beat him, but I mean up close I can really check her now, and because shit jails a lot easier, she can't mash on me anymore either. I have better range, better plus frames, and better damage, and the rings don't recover that fast. So if I hit, I used to complain about that a lot, but if I land a spear, like, that's also gonna hurt a lot. And once you start to flawless block the rings, it's fucking game over for Sonya. So I think Shao Kahn actually has the edge in that matchup. I'm going to go over... Spawn's going to be a little tough. I was hoping K-Mac or something would have been in here. I wasn't expecting. It was just kind of like, oh, that'd be awesome. So K-Mac kicked the absolute shit out of me, but I think that's because he's a better player. And I think Spawn has the edge. Like the combination of the two just linked perfectly. But... K-Mac says it's a horrific matchup for Shao Kahn. I don't think it is. I really don't. Just because, again, I think, like I said, with Scarlett, Joker, Devorah, Baraka, with Scarlett, Joker, Devorah, and Collector, if I make you whiff as Spawn, you are fucked. Actually, now, you know what? I think I might put him in bad, too, just because that throw KB. That throw KB is fucking busted. And since a lot of Shao Kahn shit is like Spawn also hits like a truck, so again, unsafe shit. That's actually the one thing I'll admit too is Devorah, Joker, and Collector don't hit as hard as Spawn. So that's actually same with Scarlett. Scarlett doesn't hit as hard as Spawn either. Because of that, I'm gonna put him in bad, just because. Let me see. Maybe I overdid some of them. Yeah. You know, Spawn can go here. RoboCop can go here. Yeah, that looks better. RoboCop's not that much better. Sub-Zero, I'm going to put in slightly tough as well. And then Arnold, I'm going to put here. So, Chronica, yeah, sure. So Sub-Zero, I feel like Shao Kahn has a slightly tough time for the simple fact that I can actually check him a lot, and again, if I guess correctly on a lot of his stuff, that's a combo. And Sub-Zero is still pretty busted though. Like, I still think it's not a fun matchup to fight, but I think Sub-Zero, Shao Kahn's down 4 is the biggest reason. You can't back 1 me, like you can't do that same old bullshit, and even like the down 1 into the backdash, that doesn't outspace a down 4. It outspaces my down 1, but it doesn't outspace my down 4, my back 2, or my sweep. So because of that, I feel like I can check Sub-Zero on the spacing options pretty well, better than most of the cast even. And because of that, that's why I think it's just a slightly tough matchup. I don't think it's bad, but I do think it leans in Sub-Zero's favor just because better movement, better mix. He is the mix character. Yeah. So Terminator, this is probably the most controversial one because Terminator is not a weak character. However, the one thing that keeps Terminator dog shit to a lot of people is his fucking range. And against Shao Kahn, his range is so bad that back 3 cannot be consistently punished, and neither can like stand 1. It's +4, but it also keeps him out. So even if he does call me out on trying to spam the stand 1 or like do like, you know, 4-4 after a stand 1 or something like that, a down 4 will keep him in check anyway. Like if I can just down 4 him, like, oh boop. Like I just find myself like the few times I fought good Terminators, I still won. I won the sets, and I just feel like it's because Terminator can't do shit against a lot of Shao Kahn's like spacing options, because a lot of Shao Kahn's things have pushback. So like Spear Charge is another good example. After a forward throw, if I do Spear Charge, it'll hit you at the maximum range, and if you block it, it leaves me just outside the sweep range. Meaning Terminator can't punish that shit. It's like almost half screen. Like when you block the Spear Charge from that range. So because of that, Terminator can't punish it. Like there's a lot of I can get away with a lot of stupid shit at fighting Terminator because he can't punish a lot of my stuff that should be punishable, but his range is that bad. But alright, yeah, actually that's gonna conclude the tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed this. For those of you that are here, the absolute few 4 of you that are in here. But yes, I do plan on making a tier list as well. That one's gonna be longer. I kind of rushed this, but I mean, I think it was pretty good. Wait, what? Fuck you, no Chronica. But yeah, though, guys, thank you for tuning in.
Dinner, ay, yeah, my diamonds they cold like the summer. I fuck that bitch, make her legs trimmer. Ay, my diamonds on different, ay, yeah, I'm on the block like a sim. Ay, she come when I whisper, ay, yeah, hands underneath, she silk go locks, hey,
yeah. We smash your thoughts. Fuck a bitch. She saw my, ay, yeah, ay, what?